Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. Everton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2 at Goodison Park today. The Blues fighting back to grab an important point with a late Jarrad Branthwaite header. Everton had Richarlison back in the side today, thank God. He was tremendous, but more on him later. And the manager went with the back four that started at Fulham the other night with Toffee continuing at right back. In midfield, Jack Harrison played just off Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We had Richarlison back, like I said, alongside James Garner. And Dwight McNeil on the left and Ashley Young on the right. And Everton started quite brightly, really. They were pressing Tottenham quite high in the opening 2 or 3 minutes. And looked like they had some good energy and looked like we might be able to nick possession a little bit. But Spurs went and scored an early goal and took the wind out of our sails a little bit. Richarlison back at Goodison Park and back with a goal scored against us in December and slammed Spurs ahead. Godfrey got sucked inside into a midfield area and Spurs went down the wing and the ball was cut back and Richarlison, I think with his left foot, wrapped it into the roof of Jordan Pickford's net. It didn't celebrate, so fair play to him. But it was obviously a really tough start. But what Everton did okay after that was just stay in the game. And started slowly but surely put Spurs back under a bit of pressure and created a little bit of momentum and got ourselves again into decent positions. The problem we have is our choice, our final ball isn't great. Our decision making lets us down. We do a lot of stuff decent. We're okay at pressing people and winning it back at times. And then when we get into the right areas, we make the wrong decision. And that lets us down. We'd had a couple down the left-hand side, got into good positions. Dwight McNeil overhit most of his crosses today. Down the other side, Ashley Young put 2 or 3 tremendous balls in, but Dom just hadn't got himself into the penalty area, or certainly into the zone where Ashley Young was putting the ball. So it was a bit frustrating at times, but we were knocking the ball about quite well. And like I said before, Richarlison being back, he was tremendous. He was everywhere. Him and James Garner done really well in midfield and shut Spurs down. They didn't really create anything of note. At 1-0, Mathew was hardly in the game. And so we did seem to have a good control of that. The problem was they had Van der Venbach, who looks like a 100-metre sprinter. He is lightning. Very, very impressed with him today. Thought he was tremendous for Tottenham today. And Udogie as well at left-back was impressive. But Everton did well. Started to force the issue a little bit. Mykolenko tested the keeper, made a good save from him. We'd had a couple of moments where we possibly should have done better, but then we did get ourselves level. A Dwight McNeil corner, this time to the back post. Godfrey heads it back across goal, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin stoops and heads it in, or so he thought, but it brushed off Jack Harrison's leg and has gone over the line, and Jack Harrison has been awarded the goal. So the run goes on without a goal for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. The barren spell continues. I thought he played quite well in the first half, to be fair. I thought he made some intelligent runs down the sides. I thought his hold-up play was quite good, bringing other players into position. We had a couple of breakaways where Dom held the ball up and laid it inside, and we had the likes of Dwight McNeil getting it onto that left foot, and had a couple of shots blocked, or we worked at the other side and couldn't quite find the right ball back into Dominic Calvert-Lewin. But we were competing really well. The crowd got up a little bit. We'd already seen the protest on 10 minutes, which was, for me, the best one yet. In terms of the brightness of the cards everyone held up, you could see a clear message on that. There's no way the TV could have ignored that one today. But just while we had a good head of steam and the crowd were behind the team, and it was a bit lively, because up until then, Spurs, we had only been able to hear the Spurs fans really. Tottenham went back in front, and Everton lost 3 50-50s on the run in midfield, which is awful. The Spurs worked the ball wide. The ball got pulled back to Mathew. Some good feet from Mathew. He laid it off to Richarlison, and the Brazilian bent it into the top corner, and they were back in front. And it was a kick in the plums, because Everton had done all right up until that. In fact, for me, in the first half, Everton were the better team. Spurs have got really good players. They've got better players than Everton, of course. They have, lots of players who are comfortable in position. Postecoglou plays a lovely attacking style, so they are open as well. So you're always going to get opportunities. And they are a good side, but I just thought Everton were the more aggressive side in terms of the pressing, doing things, making Tottenham uncomfortable at the back. Dom's headed one over. And like I say, some poor decision making really has cost us in the first half. But we went in behind at half time. The crowd was still with the team. There was frustration. I think Michael Oliver turned in an absolutely woeful display of refereeing, and the linesman below me on the Bullen side was a joke. I don't know whether he got anything right all afternoon. He was terrible, absolutely terrible. Second half, Everton came out, and I thought, to be honest, Spurs were way better in the second half. They were much the better side, and I don't know whether we just put so much effort into the first half that we looked a little bit tired in the second half, looked a little bit more ragged. And they just picked us off at times, and Jordan Pickford had to make a couple of really good saves. One was offside, but he didn't know that it was still a good save. He made a really good one from James Maddison with the left foot, which he beat out as well. But, he kept Everton in the game at that stage. And Tottenham, like I say, they had a much bigger element of control. When Everton did put them under pressure and break and press them high, and we've got a couple of corners, Dwight McNeil's really got to learn to mix his corners up. He just did the same thing every time. And their goalkeeper, because we'd caused them a lot of issues in the first half with back post corners, started to realise that when it was an in-swinging left footer, he'd just go and stand towards the back post, and he claimed everything. And really, we'd had one, sorry I missed that, we'd had one off the line in the first half, which we could have almost gone in at 2-2. I think it might have been a Ben Godfrey header that come down. The keeper just kicks it away before we can knock it over the line. But in the second half, we didn't seem to cause them as much problems off the corners because we just put them straight into the goalkeeper's arms. And, maybe Dwight needs to come up with the old one finger up for near post and two for back post and just mix his corners, because you just put three straight into the goalkeeper's arms, and you have to have variation on your play, especially if that's what you're looking for, if that's your way back into a game. The manager made some changes. We brought on Yusuf Chimiti, which was a little bit of a surprise before Beto. Seamus Coleman had already come on for Ben Godfrey, who I thought had a good game, really, at right back, but he picked up an injury. You could see he was struggling a little bit with it. He went off. Seamus Coleman, good to see him back, came on the pitch. Chimiti come on. The manager then proceeded to bring Beto and Lewis Dobbin on as well. So 4 changes for Sean Dyche is a huge thing. Everton kept going. They stuck at it. Spurs will always carry in a threat. There was no question about that in the second half. But Everton, once they made the game a little bit more chaotic, a little bit more pressing, getting the crowd engaged, getting the atmosphere up, we certainly put Spurs, they were worried about us. And we got our rewards. The free kick, we'd had a great chance actually before we'd equalised. Great play from Lewis Dobbin, whipped the cross in. Yusuf Chimiti was on his own, and he didn't realise he could have took a touch and he would have just slotted for 2-2, and he's flicked it with the outside of his foot first time. The keeper, it's too close to the goalkeeper, who had a comfortable save. But we did get our equaliser, and the ball whipped in, came off a Spurs head to the back post, and Jarrad Branthwaite followed it in and headed it over the line. And just like VAR had took an age in the first half to give Everton's equaliser, it did so again here to give the second equaliser, which it come up on the monitors in front of me before about a good 40 seconds before the referee realised that it was that it'd been given. I don't know why it takes them so long when you can see it and the TV have got it, but it did. The goal stood, and Jarrad Branthwaite had a late equalising. You just thought, can we get it back here? And we did win the ball back a couple of times and then made the wrong decision. And then Spurs, you then fear when you give the ball away that they'll go and nick it. But luckily for us, they didn't, and we got ourselves what is a decent point. Like I say, first half I thought we were the better side. We missed chances. Second half I thought they were the better side. The XG, if you're interested in XG, Everton's was 2.5 and Tottenham's was 0.92. So we won the XG. Should have been a 2-1 game, apparently. My man of the match was Idrissa Gay. Thought he was tremendous. I think for Spurs, Van der Ven, probably their best player. But for Everton, Idrissa Gay, 8 tackles today, 6 ball recoveries as well, or 6 interceptions rather, 88% passing accuracy from Idrissa Gay. Absolutely brilliant. If you want stats like that, go and download the SofaScore app. The link is in the description. You can get all of them as well. But I just thought he was brilliant. We've missed him while he's been away. And some people don't give him anywhere near enough credit. Not everyone, but some people don't give him anywhere near enough credit. He's brilliant for Everton. Everton are a much better side with Gay in the side. And he was back, and he is man of the match today, and comfortably, as far as I'm concerned. So there we go. A good 2-2 draw with Spurs. We never beat Tottenham, do we? We certainly don't beat them at Goodison. We are due one, but it wasn't to beat today. But we have got a point, and we have to just keep going and see what happens, because it's all about adding points on. At the time of recording this, Luton we're winning 4-2. It was now 4-4 at St James's Park. Still about 15 minutes to go there, but for us, we've just got to keep adding the points and see where we end up. There you go. That's my match reaction. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Who was your man of the match? Is it a good point? Is it disappointing? One disappointing thing is Everton's home form. It's still only 3 home wins, and it's February, which is shocking. It's absolutely appalling home form, and we've got to correct that soon. But we didn't lose the game, and onwards and upwards, although we go to City next week, which will be tough. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you later.